With the recent release of the second generation of loadout cards, along with an upcoming feature update involving card dusting, I wanted to show off and talk about my opinions on some of what I consider to be the new best loadout cards for each mark. Now just remember that these are my opinions, so if you don't agree with my picks then feel free to let me know which loadouts are your favorites and why you think so. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get started. First up for Aimee, we have the Felix. Her F82 loadout is great if you want to keep mobile while sniping, since the Quick Eye augment will allow you to take full advantage of her movement speed while scoped in on the Felix. And it also decreases the time it takes to scope in as well, so you quick scopers will like that, I'm sure. This card will also help you to avoid any airstrikes that your enemies might try tossing your way, and alert you to any enemy deployables. Alternatively, the F75 is more of a campy playstyle, since you won't have to track down ammo supplies as often, and you'll remain hidden a little better against enemy spotting abilities, and your own snitch ability will have its detection radius increased. Next up is the Grandeur. The G71 has a great selection of weapons, and augment-wise this will give you more of an aggressive playstyle. You can charge around with your knife and quickly switch back to your primary or secondary, alerted to any enemy deployables on your way, and you can even get to your destinations much more quickly with the springy augment, giving you much more freedom in terms of mobility. The G85 on the other hand features more of a campy playstyle with the Grandeur, giving you more ammo, reducing the time you're spotted by enemy sniper abilities, and you can move more quickly while aiming down your sights. The Grandeur does take up quite a large portion of your screen though, so you'll have to get used to that if you want to take full advantage of this card. Finally for Aimee is the PDP. The P72 is another very aggressive loadout, allowing you to reload much quicker, get to and away from things easily with the springy augment, and protect yourself from enemy airstrikes while alerting you to their presence before they even come down. The only drawback to this loadout in my opinion is the stiletto knife, but as a sniper you shouldn't really come into melee range with a foe that often. The P81 though features a great weapon selection with a much better melee weapon. With this loadout you can move much more quickly while scope down the PDP's sight, which I think fits into its playstyle quite nicely, and you can also detect any enemy equipment that has been deployed, while also increasing the detection radius of your own ability. Great for the sniper who wants to keep moving but isn't trying to be too aggressive. The next merc on our list is Arty, so let's start with his BR16 loadouts. The B81 boasts an impressive weapon selection along with a great set of augments that complement them perfectly. Chopper with the Beckhale combat knife is a no-brainer, Drilled is just great in general, and it's hard to argue with an augment that improves the performance of your ability. It allows you to be very aggressive if you can handle it, so this card is top-notch in my books. Alternatively though, the B42 is almost the other side of the same coin. The BR16 makes not only a great offensive weapon, but a great defensive one too. With this loadout you can reduce the cooldown on your ammo packs while also having an extra one to toss around, and I say there can never be too much ammo ready to be picked up, so spam those ammo packs as often as you can with this loadout. You'll also take less damage from any sort of explosive damage, which also fits into this loadout's defensive nature. Next up for the Derice AR we have the D43, which is another great offensive loadout. You've got quite the range on the cricket bat if you decide to melee any foes who get too close, and you can regen your health quite quickly if you have to get away. You'll also increase the area of effect that your artillery strikes have, while decreasing the amount of damage you'll take from explosives in general. Again, back to a more defensive playstyle, the D82 will give you an extra ammo pack to toss out, increase the speed of your reload time, and allow you to move quicker and more freely while aiming down your sights. And finally for Arty is the Stark. The S83 is a beast for loading up on ammo, clearing the enemies out with some artillery, whacking them with your cricket bat if you have to, and attending to objectives if there's currently no engineer present. So you get to contribute to your team in some of the best ways possible with this loadout. And then we have the S41, which allows you to reload faster, replenish your ammo packs more quickly, and reduce the amount you flinch when shot while you return fire. Next up we have Aura, so let's start with the Bushwhacker. Her BL72 loadout is actually quite a decent offensive card if you pace your engagements at a medium to long range. She can navigate the maps with great mobility using the springy augment, throw down some offensive or covering fire and then retreat while quickly reloading, and not to mention she can heal herself and her teammates much more quickly as well. Alternatively, with the BL41, she can reduce the cooldown timer of her health station, revive teammates with more health, and reload while on the run. The Hollands is another great weapon that Aura has access to. Her H82 means that she can quickly revive teammates without having to worry about fully charging her defibrillator pads if the situation is too hectic for that, while increasing the area that her health station will heal, and will allow her to quickly hop around the map. On the other hand, with the H7 one, she will be more alert to enemy equipment and be able to heal herself and her team more quickly, while also reducing the cooldown timer on her health station. Last up, Ara has access to the Remberg shotgun as well. The R7-3 will allow her to extend the reach of her health station while reducing its cooldown and sneak past those pesky mines and turrets without too much of a problem. On the other hand, her R8-1 loadout will allow her to revive teammates with more health, alert her to the presence of any enemy equipment, and allow her to reload more quickly. And finally, we have Bushwhacker as our last merc for today's video. And love it or hate it, the Blishlock can be an incredibly powerful tool in the right hands. So for the BL81, you can't go wrong with it. It features Chopper along with the Beckhill combat knife, which in itself is a match made in heaven, while also boasting both of his ability-specific augments on just one loadout. A great card all around. The BL73 on the other hand will allow you to reload while on the run, but still be able to manage your ammo supply rather well, while also taking less damage from explosives. His KEK 10 loadouts include the C4-1, which is great for managing ammo, reducing the amount you flinch, and increasing the lock-on speed of your turret. Though alternatively, you could go for the C7-2, which instead increases the amount of health your turret has, while allowing you to reload more quickly and stay hidden a little better against enemy spotting abilities. And last but certainly not least, the SMG-9 is another great submachine gun. The SM-82 loadout for Bushwhacker allows him to regenerate health more quickly, while increasing his turret's health pool and also alert him to any incoming airstrikes, taking less damage from them as well. Though alternatively, the SM-43 will cause his turret to lock onto enemies faster, while also alerting him to nearby enemy equipment and rewarding him with a health or ammo pack if he kills an enemy medic or fire support respectively. And that's just about it, so I hope you enjoyed this first installment of what I think are some of the best 2nd gen loadouts. Anyways, I'll see you next time with another 4 mercs, but until then, as always, take care everyone.